Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a playoff matchup tonight here inside the Student Activity Center between your Dixie State Trailblazers going up against the Thunderwolves of Colorado State Pueblo. I'm your play-by-play guy, James Guerin, of course, for every single Dixie State volleyball home game. And man, oh man, this could be the final home game of the 2019 season at all. I mean, we do need a little bit of help from the 1 and 2 seeds to fall, but the chances of that happening are just so slim. But anything can happen tonight. And a couple weeks ago, we did see these two teams match up on senior night here inside the Student Activity Center, where ultimately the Trailblazers won in 4 sets, 3 sets to 1. And so these two teams very familiar with each other. And let's just take a look at some of the stats from that last game. Toa Faleo in her senior night had the game of her life. And you were there with us, my oh my, you would have seen how big of a game that she had. She finished the set or the series with 26.5 points to go along with 15 digs and 3 serving aces as well, and hit a near 31% on her attack. And so we should see some more action from her here tonight. And as for the Thunderwolves, the player of the game for them in their last matchup against Dixie State was Sarah Vang, who led the team with 15 points, had 4 blocks and 10 digs as well. She was their main scorer in that matchup. But for the season, their leading scorer is Brooke Schilling, who has 335.5 points coming into tonight's matchup. And as for Dixie State, the same for Toa Faleo, 333.5 points, with Meg Trainer right behind her with 302.5 points. And Lauren Gamble, the All-American, coming in at third with 256 points. Dixie State does come into tonight's matchup with a record of 19-7 overall, with a 14-4 record in conference play, which is good to get the 3rd seed in this RMAC tournament. And as for the Thunderwolves, they come in with a 11-7 record in the conference and 14-13 overall. And I'm going to step aside for our nation's anthem. We'll be back in just a second.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
And welcome back inside the Student Activity Center. Your starting lineups tonight for your visiting Thunderwolves. Number 1, Kyle Metzler. Number 3, Dominique Young, who had a huge game against Dixie State in their last matchup. Number 9, Paige Heller. Number 10, Jazzy Espinoza. Number 13, Peyton Stack. Number 15, Grace Hearn. And number 16, Brooke Schilling. And they are coached by head coach Austin Alberts in his first season as head coach. And what a way to make some noise and getting into the playoff picture in your first season as head coach. So congratulations. And for your Dixie State Trailblazers, your starters always include number 1, Jordan Nelson, who's had a fantastic year so far, and we get one more year of her. Number 4, Rebecca Ferris, getting the start tonight. Number 6, the All-American Lauren Gamble. Number 9, Miranda Ekblad, getting the start here tonight. Number 13, the other All-American, Megan Schrainer. And the final starter, who is due to have a big game here tonight, is number 19, Toa Faleo, and we are going to call her name a lot tonight. And the Trailblazers, of course, are coached by head coach Robin Felder, who's in her 8th season as head coach for Dixie State University. And man, oh man, has she turned this program around. Last year, they did get co-champions. This year, losing a little bit of that seniority, a little bit of experience, but finishing in 3rd this year with a 14-4 record in conference play. Sure, maybe they should have won maybe 1 or 2 of those to make some noise to get the top seed in the conference play, but if you're Coach Robin Felder, I think you have to be okay and satisfied with getting the 3rd seed, especially with how, if you take a look at Regis, who finished 17-1 in the conference, and then MSU Denver finishing 16-2, and then your Dixie State, you're finishing right behind them. You got to feel pretty good about yourselves, and you have something to work off of here in tonight's matchup. And of course, the other 3 games happening in the RMAC tournament, I will do my best to try and keep you guys updated on what's going on between those 3 games, because the highest remaining seed remaining after tonight, all 4 games are starting right now here at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. But if Dixie State, at the end, when it's all said and done, if they finish and they're the highest remaining seed, the RMAC tournament will end up being hosted here, right here in the Student Activity Center. So they do need a little bit of help, but we've seen crazier things happen in sports. But right now, Dixie State, they have to control their own destiny, and they have to get past the Thunderwolves of Colorado State Pueblo. And just moments away here before the start of the first set. And these 2 teams very familiar with each other. And they just met on November 2nd, so it was just 17 days ago that these 2 teams faced off against each other. And of course, starting it always is number 1, Jordan Nelson. Dixie State with a golden chance right here. Trainer comes flying in, but the Pack keep it up. And that's Schilling this time, and able to recover from that first block. Ferris is right there to pick it up. And Gamble strikes first for Dixie State. There's not a lot of power needed behind that one. She just found the space over that front wall. And Dominique Young is going to be one of those playmakers for the Pack, as she was in their last matchup. And that one coming off the hands of Schilling. And Schilling showing Dixie State why she's the leading scorer of the season so far. So tied up here early at 1 apiece. And a big swing from Faleo, and somehow they keep it alive. And backdoor to Trainer, and popcorning around, and it finally falls for the Pack, as that one kind of bounced off the net a little awkwardly. And a good awareness from the front wall of the Pack to make sure that one doesn't even sneak through. So this is Nelson setting up Faleo, who is going to make that one come through. It looked like that one was off the hands of Meltzer, and nobody was there to make a play, so quickly evens things back up. And here's Toa Faleo. And Toa Faleo had 5 aces the last time these two teams met, and right off the bat again with her first of the night. And a big swing, and it's blocked, and they were able to keep it alive. As another quick attack, and this time, I believe it was, looked like it was Sam Novak. No, excuse me, it was Peyton Stack. So if you guys remember the last matchup between these two teams, they did go back and forth in the first 3 sets. And the same story here tonight, and Sid Johnson comes through for Dixie State, and we know she can carry a lot of power behind those kills. So 4-3 now. And it looks like we have a cameraman too close to the line of play. And we are set to go, and there's Nelson. Bending run. I say it was a net violation. Can't touch the net. So here's Schilling now. Backdoor to Trainer, and Trainer lasers that one in there. And when she can connect on those, much like Faleo, good luck to anybody trying to dig those. Got a great crowd here tonight. See the baseball team to my left. I believe the women's basketball team is on my right. And that serve just barely missing the line, so an error for Trainer. And we just don't see that very often. That one was very close. And here's Espinoza. Cy Collins. There's Young right in the middle. Faleo keeps it up. And that power keeps that one in play. It's going to be Johnson, and Johnson pops it over. The Pack with another chance here. And Ekblad gets a hand on it. Back and forth we go. Tipped over the front wall, and Trainer comes flying in from the back row. And a good rally from these two teams here early on, and Trainer nearly saving that one. And the Pack regain the lead. So here's Espinoza again. Blocked, but another chance here for the Trailblazers. Dangerous chance here as that one is short of the net. And Young was there but didn't know if it was going to go over or not. So that's Faleo getting the kill. In tie game once again. So there's Johnson. And that one was a rocket. Coming off the hands of Vang. And subs for both sides. Ferris checks in. And Grace Hearn now checking in for the Pack and now serving. Trainer going to set up Faleo, and Faleo fires it in there. Just out of reach of Meltzer. And much like senior night, Faleo getting the looks here early on. And why not? I mean, 26.5 points, I mean, that's not easy. That's a big swing, but Waddell keeps it safe. And Faleo again. And that one short of the net. Stack just could not get that one over the net. So Dixie State regaining the lead. and nearly keeping it in play, and they do. So a golden chance here, and they're going to say net violation, and trainer does not like it, as it looked like on the way down from the net, she just barely touched it. So here's Vang now. And back-to-back points now, as that will be an ace, as that one just came off awkwardly of the hands of Ferris. And it's going to set up Faleo again. And blocked, so another chance here. Tipped again, trainer. And it's going to finish with Collins, and Collins. And back and forth we go. This is a familiar sight. And Gamble finally comes through, as that one spun off the hands of Young at the last second. And Gamble doesn't get the amount of looks she did a year ago. But when she does get her number called, she's very, very efficient. And that one hit out of play. So Dixie State breaking the tie once again. Dangerous chance here. Faleo blocks it. And here's Schilling. Diving effort. And Faleo nearly collides with Jordan Nelson on the play. And so back and forth we go. Neither team just gaining that edge. Gamble right in the middle. And call that a dunk. That was just too easy. No one even there. As it was a wide open dunk and right in the middle of that defense. So 11-10 now. Here's Faleo. It's going to finish with Schilling, and Schilling is nearly blocked. Another chance here. And Gamble is blocked. Another attack. Nelson, and Nelson's going to finish with Faleo this time. Schilling again, tipped at the line. Nelson with a quick attack, and Nelson comes through. She is so good at capitalizing on those ones. It's almost magic how she even knows that center of the defense is wide open. So 12-10, here's Faleo again. Schilling, and that one short of the net, as Schilling just couldn't quite get a hand on it. And a timeout for Coach Albers and the Thunderwolves. We're going to keep it here for this first timeout break. 13-10, your score here in the first set. These two teams battling to move on to the second round of the RMAC tournament, not making it easy for one another. But just like senior night, the first three sets between these two schools were very, very close. They were actually tied after two sets going into the third set. But the Thunderwolves and the Trailblazers both very familiar with one another. And you can see both coaches are game planning. I mean, we saw Dominique Young last time these two teams played have the defensive game of her life, just blocking everything that the Dixie State had to offer offensively. And Dixie State countered that with Faleo's power. And so maybe the two squads are checking back on that a little bit. Neither team has really made too many mistakes. We haven't seen a lot of errors here so far. So clean game from both of them. There's only 4 errors so far through 23 points. And that's the kind of game you need. It's playoff time. So here's Faleo out of the timeout. Schilling. And Schilling's hit is out of play on the near side. Good awareness from McKenna Nelson to not make a play on it. Gonna finish with Stack. And backdoor to Trainer, and Trainer. Good awareness from Jordan Nelson to find the open man. And to realize that defense was not in position, just didn't get back fast enough. Vallejo again. Big swing from Schilling, and Schilling again. Out of play, so the Thunderwolves looking to feed Schilling, but Schilling now with back-to-back errors. So 16-10 now, the score. Vallejo getting some work done at the serving spot. And big swing from Schilling. This time it is picked up. And Trainer blocked, so another chance here. And Vallejo gonna have to improvise. And quick attack right in the middle, and I believe that was off of Espinoza. And just caught Dixie State off guard, as Gamma was the only one there to make a block on it. So the Pack stopped Dixie's run as they were on a 6-0 run. So there's Bell. And that's going to be an ace for Bell, as Vallejo couldn't get the hand on it. So 16-12 now. And Bell again. Trainer, big smack, and that block going out of play. So a kill for Meg Trainer. As that wall just a tad too late. If it would have gone up just a split second sooner, that could have been in. A bending run from Espinoza, and somehow Nelson with one hand keeps that alive. And Schilling this time, gonna come through as Vallejo gets the hand and goes into the student section. So Schilling now for the Pack. The finish with Johnson, and Johnson is gonna make it fall. As that one did ricochet off the front wall, but nobody was really there to pick it up. So 18-13, Dixie State up on top here in the first set. And here's Meg Trainer. Vallejo's right there. And it's going to be Johnson again, who may could have been called for handling, but somehow manages to get that one over net. And another timeout for Coach Albers and the Thunderwolves. And we're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds right here. You're watching Trailblazer Volleyball.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Welcome back inside the Student Activity Center. 19-13 your score. Dixie State on top over Colorado State Pueblo. And some scores from around the conference. Regis currently holding on to a 20-14 lead over the 8th seed Colorado Springs. And the 2-7 matchup, MSU Denver up 17-13 in that one. And the 4 and 5 seeds between Colorado Mesa and Colorado School of Mines, 17-16, School of Mines up top. So pretty close games throughout the conference. This one being the largest difference. And that one, too much power for Nelson and Johnson to handle. That one did have some smoke behind it. I believe that was Vang who was there to get the kill. And Vallejo again can't get the hand on it, and another ace for the Pack, and that's Espinoza this time, as that one nearly hitting Coach Felder. And this one's going to finish with Collins. Trainer, and it's going to finish with Faleo. And good awareness as Vang once again saw the front wall closing in fast and decided to just pop it over, and Johnson nearly getting to that one. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, it's a 3-point game. And that serve, no chances. That one just kept going like a line drive. So a freebie for Dixie State, and Rebecca Ferris checks in for the Trailblazers. First attempt here, and that one's gonna split the front wall, Ekblad and Faleo. And that was Wisniewski. So here is Hearn now. Backdoor to Collins. And Collins is going to come through as that one sailed all the way behind the bench of the Pack. And Collins not known for being a power hitter, but can definitely get up there and get the height on everyone else. So 21-17 the score. Here's Waddell. He's going to finish at the line, and Vang is going to win this battle as that one, it looked like it came off the hands of Faleo and had too much spin on it. So here's Vang once again. Trainer backdoor to Collins, and that one's blocked. Another chance here. And dangerous chance here, but Faleo! Where did that come from, as it looked like it was going to be an easy layup? But then Faleo came flying in and said, not today. And a huge play right there, and here's Nelson. And Schilling comes right back, finding that space on the top corner. And that one just right over that front wall, and you can't place that any better. Here's Meltzer. Short serve. So another chance here for the Pack. And it's going to find Faleo, who switches sides. And Schilling comes back, and Schilling is blocked. It looked like it hit the ground for just a second, but they're still going to play. It doesn't matter. Meg Trainer comes right back. And let's see that first attack here. Or that's just the Trainer one, but the one before that, it did hit the ground. The refs just didn't see it, but fortunately for Dixie State, Trainer comes flying back. So 23-19. And Schilling has to play that one safe, and that one is out beyond the line. She had to go a long way for that one. And just like that, we're at game point here in the first set. So Faleo. Big swing, and Dixie State here to close it out is Trainer. And Trainer, just like that, ends the first set in fashion, 25-19. As that one clearly inside the line. And Dixie State currently leading 1-0. We're going to take a 90-second timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching RMAC Playoff Volleyball right here on CEC TV.
Play Eric Amarola's Race Day Mix.
to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Si los amas como para reaprender ecuaciones, para poder enseñárselas, entonces los amas como para visitar en htsa.gov/protegidos y comprobar que van correctamente abrochados en el asiento trasero del auto.
Welcome back inside the Student Activity Center, where Dixie State took set number 1 by a score of 25-19. And that's exactly what you needed if you're Coach Felder, getting off to a hot start, and you do not want to play behind, especially in the playoffs. 4 other scores from around the conference. School of Mines, Colorado School of Mines winning set 1 over Colorado Mesa 25-20. They currently lead 1-0. MSU Denver also taking set number 1, 25-19 over Black Hills State. And Regis winning set number 1, 25-17 over Colorado Springs. So all the higher seeds, 1 through 4, winning set 1. But what's in store here inside the Student Activity Center? Last time these two teams played, the Pack came back and won set number 2, only by 2. But nonetheless, still tied things up and made things interesting, as your leading scorer for the Pack after that first set is Sarah Vang, leading with 6 points to go with 5 kills as well. And for Dixie State, 2 players with 5 points, and that'd be Meg Trainer and Toa Faleo, both with 5 points. Jordan Nelson had 9 assists in that first set. And I don't think we give her enough credit for her awareness. She's kind of like the point guard or the quarterback of the team, always putting the ball in the right place to help her teammates score. And we don't give her enough credit. She's one of the heart and souls of this team, with that awareness that she can bring to the table. So set number 2 just about to start. And here's Schilling. And that serve is short of the net, so Dixie State with a freebie right there. So 1-0 here in the second set, and here's Faleo. Faleo handles it. Quick attack from Gamble, and Gamble lollipopping that one over the front wall. It's so hard to read what Gamble does too, because when she can fire it in there as well. So Faleo again. Big swing, and that would be Sarah Vang once again. And Vang has had her success against Dixie State in the last 2 games. Even going back to that first set. Had a nice set. And playing it off the net and going over. So big swing, but McKenna Nelson's right there. Faleo with the big finish, and so another chance here. And Young right in the middle. And Trainer, big swing, and it will fall. As the front wall got their hands on it, but just out of reach and out of play. And that one is blocked, but out of play. Looked like for just a second. Grace Miles fired it in there. And that one just barely missing, actually. So 3-2 here. Here in the second set. And there's Hearn. Dangerous chance here, and Young. That was like an alley-oop dunk. 7-footer over a 6-footer. That wasn't even close. As Dixie State can't afford to do that very often. 3-3 now. So a short serve again. And it looked like a ball handling error on Dixie State. So another point. And Young was the one there to cause the mayhem. Backdoor to Trainer, bouncing off the net. And Johnson, and there's Young again, making the defensive play. And that wingspan of Young causing some problems here for Dixie State. And here's Johnson, big swing, and there's Young yet again. Looks like Wisniewski was there as well, but as it was Wisniewski who got the hand on it. So doubling up Dixie State now 6-3. A bending run from Ekblad, and that one was tipped at the line and out of play, so stopping the little run. So Megan Trainer now. Down by 2. Set up Vang, and this time Vang is blocked. And it was Johnson and Ekblad there this time, as it was Johnson who ultimately got the block. So 6-5 now. And it looks like some word between the officials. Not too sure what it could be. Maybe it was the landing. Can we get a replay of that? I think it was the landing of Johnson that went over the line, and I think that's maybe what they're calling down on the court. But I think that's what the officials were saying, is on the way back down, Johnson, in fact, did step over the line. So 7-4 now. And the crowd getting into it after that call. And Faleo going to finish up with Collins, and who is it? That's Wisniewski again, who gets the block and times that one perfectly. Who's listed at 5'11". And a timeout for Coach Felder. And the Trailblazers down by 4. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Trailblazer Volleyball.
Hey guys, how are you today?
Good.
I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I groomed the Halo world to life.
Is that you?
That is me. I wasn't a math genius and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things.
I want your job.
I want you to have my job.
Eight to 4 here, the score. The Pack out on top. And things looking like deja vu all over again from just 17 days ago. So here's Vang now. And that serve short of the net, so out of the timeout, a freebie for Dixie State. So here is Johnson now. Dangerous chance here, and Young comes flying in. And they're going to say that Young hit the net on the way back down. And in fact, it looked like she did, so that's what they're saying. And they're saying, and Young is shaking her head like, I didn't touch the net. That was the ball. So 8-6 now. Maybe that was an insurance point. And Wisniewski coming through again. As there was only one that time, Foleo, who was just missing that attack from Wisniewski. And a big swing from Collins as that one nearly hits the ceiling. As that one over the net, and a point for the Pack, so 10-6 now. As that one just barely getting over the net, and it is so hard to adjust to the deflections off the net. So here's Meltzer now. And it looks like Trainer touched the net once again. And I know her hair touched it this time, but I'm not quite too sure what else touched it, and they're going to say it was a ball handling error. Ekblad this time. So a golden chance here for Dixie State to get back on the board, and nothing going. So another chance here. There's Schilling. And Foleo nearly running into Coach Felder. And quick attack popping it up. And Trainer has to play it safe, so a good rally here. This was a bending run from Espinoza. And it looks like, I'm not sure what they're calling, there was a net violation yet again. And they're really focusing on that one. And another timeout, 12-6 here. We're going to keep it here this time. 12-6 here in the second set. And the mental mistakes is piling up here for Dixie State. And that is what's causing the big trail so far. In the first set, we didn't really see too many mental mistakes. But here in the second set, we've seen a lot more. I mean, Dixie State back errors as opposed to 8 on the Pack side. So the Pack not making things easy for Dixie State, and the other games all in their second set as well. And we got some good scores here early on. But Dixie State not worrying about anybody else, worrying about this game right here. So out of the timeout, here's Meltzer. Chance here for Dixie State. Over to Foleo, and nearly keeping it alive. Because that one looked like it bounced off the shoe for a second, but Foleo, just too much power. So here's Waddell now. As Hearn set up Espinoza. Schilling, big swing. And that one's gonna fall for the Pack. So here's Bell now up 13-7. It's going to set up for Faleo, and Faleo nearly getting that one to fall. I'm going to say it was a attack error on Miles. Dangerous chance here, and another point here for Dixie State. As it looked like it was another offensive error. So 13-9 here. And a setting error. So 3 errors in a row for the Pack, and Dixie State cutting their lead in half now, or their deficit. And an ace for Nelson, and 4 straight points in a row. And Coach Alberts wants a timeout. We're going to take one as well. 30-second timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Trailblazer Volleyball on CEC TV.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
(13-11) the score here in set number 2 in the Pack. Some errors of their own starting to pile up, as they had a comfortable lead by 5, and that one just quickly erased to 2. And Dixie State making the most of it, and that last one had a service ace by Jordan Nelson. So Nelson gets the signal, and we're off. Schilling, and Schilling will come through fresh out of the timeout. I believe that one was off of Ferris. Or no, that was off of Nelson. So quickly getting that point back. And here's Schilling. This one's going to set up Trainer. Tipped, and the spin goes into the ground. And Trainer with the kill. So here's Faleo now. Back door to Miles. Miles is blocked, so another chance here. And they're going to say she crossed the line underneath the net. And so 14-13 now. Dixie State fighting back. And a service ace for Faleo, her second of the night. And just like that, tie game here in the second set. And you can't really blame the Pack too much. We've seen Faleo airmail a couple of those serves. But that one's sneaking in. There's that big swing coming off from Vang. And nobody was there this time. So Espinoza. This one set up Trainer, big swing, blocked, and that one is gonna fall as Trainer showing off that power of hers, and that wall could not return it. As it looked like it was a mix of Vang and Young. And that serve short of the net. So the Pack regaining the lead now. So here's Hearn now. Johnson's going to start it off. Backdoor to Trainer, and that one off the hands of Vang and out of play. Trainer making a lot of plays here tonight. And yep, off of both of those defenders. So here's Trainer now. Gonna be backdoor to Vang, but Nelson's right there. He's gonna find Collins, and Collins was trying to find that back corner and out of play. Had the right idea, no one was back there, but that would have been a difficult hit. Try and squeeze that one in the back. So here is Vang again. Faleo from the back row, and Faleo is going to fire that one in there. Very rarely do you see a player overhand hit it from behind the line. But because Faleo has so much power behind her kills, they have to. And going all the way back, keeping it in play. And Ferris is going to find Faleo. He's going to finish with Wisniewski, so another chance here. He's going to find Faleo, and Faleo fires it in there and finds the open space. As Young was just a tad too late to get there. So Dixie State back out on top. Wisniewski blocked initially, and no one's going to get there. Seemed like it was just going to hang up there forever, and no one was there. No one knew who was going to get it, and another timeout for the Thunderwolves. We're going to keep it here this time, 19-17 the score. And Dixie State coming back. They were down 13-7 at one point, so they are on a 12-4 run right now. So way to turn things around as Colorado School of Mines up 19-17 in the second set, currently leading 1-0. And MSU Denver up 16-15. And they're in the second set. They currently lead 1-0. And Regis just won their second set 25-19 over Colorado Springs. So they're up 2-0 now, and if they win, then they will host the RMAC tournament. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. So Regis running away in that one, with Dixie State up 19-17. And coming back from behind. It's been a mixture of Faleo and Trainer. So out of the timeout, both teams are ready. And Ferris is to serve. And that one out of play. Schilling was the one who had the hand on it. And that one just too far out wide. So Ferris again. And Wisniewski. Trainer setting up Collins, and they're going to say Collins crossed over, so a point for the Thunderwolves. And so hard to come running up and then almost jump straight up and then straight back down. It'll be Faleo, and they're going to say that one was in. That one may have just nicked the line a little bit. So 21-18 now. And here's Waddell. Bending run from Espinoza, and watch out as Waddell gets beamed with that one. And she's fine, just hit her in the arm. Here's Bell now for the Thunderwolves, down by 2. Switching sides to Faleo, and Faleo. My goodness, you could see that one from the start. The perfect timing from the hit, and Faleo comes through. So here's Nelson now. Bending run from Espinoza, and Espinoza hits that one out of play. So Dixie State getting some help from the error side, as that one was close. Nelson again, and bouncing off the net, and an ace. So maybe a lucky bounce this time for Dixie State. And just like that, at set point here in the second set. Schilling bounds off the ceiling. Faleo just improvises. Espinoza's blocked, and Gammel's right there. Did Thanksgiving come early? Because my goodness, what a stuff. Gamble just timing that one perfectly. 25-19, the final here in the second set, and Dixie State currently leads 2-0 going into halftime. We're going to take a 2-minute break. When we come back, some stats and analysis from the first 2 sets and other scores from around the conference. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Trailblazer Volleyball on CEC TV.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
Halftime here inside the Student Activity Center. Dixie State with a 2-0 lead over the Thunderwolves of Colorado State Pueblo. And your leaders for the Thunderwolves so far, Sarah Vank leading the way with 9 points. And that includes 8 kills and 1 ace. For Dixie State, the leader so far is Toa Faleo, leading the way with 11.5 points. and 8 of them are kills. And Jordan Nelson with 12 assists so far through the first 2 sets. And this offense lives and dies off of Jordan Nelson, who just has probably one of the best visions I've seen in the last couple of years. And I will openly say that. And we have her for 1 more year, so she's not going anywhere just yet. Other scores from around the conference. Colorado Mesa came back in the second set to tie things up at 1 set apiece, and that's the 4 and the 5 seed matchup. For the 2 and 7 matchup, Black Hills State and MSU Denver are currently tied at 22 apiece. Now MSU Denver just took the lead 23-22 in the second set, and Regis currently leads in the third set 5-2 over Colorado Springs. So 25-19 and 25-19, the scores of the first 2 sets here, both in favor of Dixie State. And Dixie State hitting a near 33%, as for the Thunderwolves hitting just above 14%. So that's the main difference. 6 points in each set is only the difference between these 2 squads, but 8 more errors total from the Thunderwolves than the Trailblazers. And I think that's the main difference between these 2 squads so far. So we're just moments away here from starting the third set. And Dixie State looking to possibly close things out here in the third set. And to go home early and then just wait and see what happens with the rest of the conference. So the winner of this matchup will go up against the winner between MSU Denver and Black Hills State. And at this point, MSU Denver just took set number 2, so they're up 2-0 now. And just about to start the third set, and here's Jordan Nelson. He's gonna finish with Vang, and this one popped up, and on the third hit, gets it over. Quick attack from Espinoza, and the wall just didn't know what to do with it as that one falls. So here's Espinoza now. And that serve short of the net. So there's a freebie for Dixie State. So here's Faleo. Short serve, but the pack handle it. That's Wisniewski came flying in. And Trainer. Backdoor to Trainer. And Trainer misfires as that one was hit out of play. Had the right idea. The play was there, just didn't execute. So 2-1 here in the third set. Officials just checking the net. Looks good. And ready to play. And that serve short of the net. And that was Hearn this time. So here's McKenna Nelson. Johnson comes through for Dixie State. And haven't called her name a ton tonight. But that one splits the defenders. Nelson again. And that's Dominique Young who gets some help from the net to even things back up. So here's Vang now. Young in the middle again, and Young. Just like giving an alley-oop to a 7-footer. It's just too easy, especially when no one's there to make the defensive stop. So back-to-back plays now for Young. And they're going to say setting error on Jordan Nelson. So 5-3 here. And here's Vang. Popping it up over to Johnson, and Johnson, there is nobody even near that one, so good awareness from her. And she just places that one in the breadbasket. Young again, and Young this time misfires to even things up here. Here's Trainer. And Schilling is short of the net. And just like that, Dixie State on top. Here's Trainer. And there's Young again. Right down Broadway. And evening things back up. So 6-6 here in the third set. Set up Collins, and Collins, that one going all the way into the crowd, and Collins showing off the power right there. So here's Ferris now. Trainer gonna set up Faleo, and Trainer just a little too far behind Faleo. And Trainer says, yeah, that was my bad. She knows. So 7-all here. And here's Bell. Set up Faleo, and Faleo trying to go left hand, and no dice. As the Pack regain the lead. And dangerous chance here, and that one is going to be Schilling this time. So 9-7 here in the third set. And the Pack trying to get some breathing room. And tipped off the front line, that's Collins, who, believe it or not, is the 5th leading scorer on this Dixie State squad. So here's Waddell now. And that serves short of the net. So here's Schilling now. And gonna finish with Collins, and Collins nearly gets that one to come inside the line on the near side, but just misses. Take another look here. Yeah, that one was on the university logo. It's gonna finish with Faleo. And Wisniewski That one's going to fall as that one off the front wall, and a timeout for Coach Felder and Dixie State. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, the resume of the third set. Dixie State down 12-8. You're watching Trailblazer Volleyball on CEC TV.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look.
(12-8) your score here. Thunderwolves out on top. And they got a long road ahead of them if they want to come out with a victory in this one. They got to win this one, set 4, and then go all the way to a set 5. So it is a long journey ahead of them. So out of the timeout, here's Schilling. And big swing from Faleo, and that one did look like it hit the floor at first. Take another look at it here. That was off the shoe. But either way, that one, a point for Dixie State. And that one's going to set up right in the middle, so Dixie State another chance here. Gonna find Vang, and Vang hits that one out beyond the line. As Ferris had to duck out of the way of that one. So here's Nelson. Vang again. And pancake save. And going to set up Gamble in the middle, and Gamble. A well-drawn-up play from Dixie State, and Gamble finds the open space on the far side. And that one's blocked. So another chance here. And Trainer starts it, and it's going to finish with Faleo, and that one off the front wall and on the ground. And Faleo having her way here with the Thunderwolves once again. And all tied up at 12 apiece. And a serving ace for Jordan Nelson, and Dixie State regaining the lead. And a timeout for the Thunderwolves on a 5-0 run. Dixie State is, and we're going to keep it here this time. 13-12. Dixie State out of that last timeout from Coach Felder, scoring 5 straight points to regain the lead, and that's just what they do. They've been doing it all season long, and even going back to last year and the year before that, they do so well out of timeouts. And I wish I could be down there and listen what Coach Felder says, because whatever she says, it kicks in right then and there for her squad. So 13-12, Dixie State looking to finish this one off in 3 sets, and Colorado School of Mines up 12-8 over Colorado Mesa in the third set over there. And MSU Denver down 5-4 in the third set, but do lead 2-0. And Regis currently down to Colorado Springs 20-17 in the third set, but they lead 2-0. So out of the timeout, here we go. Here's Nelson. And Wisniewski comes flying in, but Dixie State handles it well. And Gamble, there she is, right in the middle. No problem for her, as she has the height over Espinoza. And Vang this time gets her revenge as she smacks that one in there. Just barely splitting that front wall. So here's Espinoza. Gonna finish with Trainer, and Trainer finding the open spot down on the side. So 15-13. And here's Faleo. And Dominique Young right in the middle. My goodness, good luck trying to stop that one as her arm span, there's no official wingspan on her, but it's got to be taller than what she's listed at 6 foot. So there's Hearn with a rainbow serve. And Trainer, good awareness from her as Johnson, and another chance here. Trainer again. And that one going out of play off the hands of Trainer. And Trainer getting the kill. So 16-14 now. Dixie State with the momentum on their side. And that serve short. So down by 1. You got Vang serving, who's been your best player all series. And Trainer, big swing, but the pack handle it. Good dig from Nelson, and Jordan Nelson trying to catch him off guard. And there's Dominique Young right in the middle again. Just kind of swinging her arm up there and letting it go. As finding that open space, no one was there. And Trainer comes back with a rocket of her own. As that one didn't stand a chance, as that was off of Hearn. And Dominique Young right in the middle again, dangerous chance, and Johnson able to win that one at the net, getting that one to fall. Johnson having a quiet night so far, but coming through right there. So some quick discussions and a timeout for the Thunderwolves once again, and we'll take one as well. Just a 30-second timeout, don't worry. An exciting finish here inside the Student Activity Center. You're watching Trailblazer Volleyball on CEC TV.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
18-16 your score. Dixie State out on top. The 3rd seed in the RMAC going up against the 6th seed in Colorado State Pueblo. Dixie State already had their way with the Thunderwolves once 17 days ago, winning in 4 sets. And this time currently leading 2-0. Looking to make this one a clean sweep. And that serves short of the net. Maybe curse of the commentary right there, as that one is a freebie for the Thunderwolves. So here is Meltzer now. smacked, but that one was blocked, so another chance here. That's Ekblad right in the middle. And that one out of play. And that is Stack, who hits that one too far. And Faleo almost played it, but decided not to. Trainer going to set up Faleo, and that one's smacked and out of play. So Faleo once again with the kill for the Trailblazers. And 20-17 your score. And that serves short of the net, so another freebie for the Pack. So here is Bell now. And Collins having to improvise, and Espinoza. And it looked like Schilling was actually the one who was there. Says, not today. As it's just a 1-point game now. And here's Bell again. And Faleo tipped. Another chance here. Big swing, and can they keep it alive? And they're saying it was a double hit. And they're saying that there was a double hit earlier in that rally, and we are tied at 20-all. So set up Faleo. Golden chance here for them to take the lead, and they do. And this time it's Wisniewski and a timeout for Dixie State, and we're going to keep it here this time. Things have started to heat up as of recently here in this set. Dixie State looked like they were going to be comfortable throughout the third set, but the Thunderwolves had made things interesting and coming back with the lead. So Colorado School of Mines up 21-17 in the third set. That series is tied at 1 apiece with Colorado Mesa. And MSU Denver leading 12-10 in the third set. They're leading 2-0. And Colorado Christian was able to squeeze one out in the third set and force a fourth set against the #1 team in the conference, Regis. So that one, 2-1 so far. Regis is out on top. So things interesting now from all around the conference, and this one's no different. (21-20). Dixie State looking to come away with a victory now, and the Pack just a small step in what is a journey for them to come out with a victory here. Trainer going to set up Collins, and that one dug up. Wisniewski. And he's going to set up Faleo, and Faleo is blocked this time, and it was Espinoza who got the hands on it, and they are fired up over there. And maybe Dixie State getting a little too predictable with their attacking schemes, going to Faleo a lot. There's Faleo again. Trainer over to Nelson. This is going to finish with Faleo. Wisniewski. And there's Schilling tipped. And going to finish with Collins. And Espinoza right to Trainer. And it's going to finish with Faleo again. And there's Schilling, and Schilling is going to get that one to fall. So 23-20, and the Pack do not want to end their season on a sweep. And a serving ace. So set point here in the fourth set. And unless Dixie State pulls a miracle out of left field, and just like that, back-to-back serving aces end this one here in the third set. We are going to a fourth set, 25-20. Your final here in the third set. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, but don't worry, the start of the fourth set, it's got me antsy, and I'm sure it's got you guys antsy as well. You're watching Trailblazer Volleyball here on CEC TV.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Welcome back inside the Student Activity Center, and this one going to a fourth set as the Thunderwolves able to get a late rally in that set to pull a 25-20 win over Dixie State. And if you're Dixie State, I think it's pretty simple on what you have to do. You have to stop Dominique Young, who is giving them problems right of the middle. And also, you got to watch out for Sarah Vang. Sarah Vang has made her name known, especially going back to the last game and including this game as well. She has been causing problems time and time again for Dixie State. And if you're the Pack, if there's one person you need to stop, it's Faleo. And I think they did that pretty nicely towards the end of that third set, slowing her down just a little bit. And Dixie State, they need somebody else to step up and getting some more kills. Besides Faleo, they got to switch it up a little bit. And all season long, I've been saying the danger of this team is spreading the ball around and getting multiple hands on the rock. And tonight, it has just been all Faleo and maybe a little bit more predictable than they would like to be. And I think the Thunderwolves have slowly figured that out. So fourth set here in the first round of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference Volleyball Tournament. And the winner of tonight's game will be going up against the winner of Black Hills State and MSU Denver. So just moments away from the start of the fourth set.
Serving for CSU-Pueblo who begins set for number 9, Paige Heller.
So Paige Heller to start things off here. And that serve short of the net like the third set. And just like that, Dixie stayed on top. So here is Faleo. And an ace for Faleo. I believe that's 3 now on the series. So 2-0 here, and Faleo again. Gamble, big swing, and that one is out of play as Gamble just had to reach for that one. had the right idea, went the right direction. Just did not get the result, so 2-1 now. And that serves short of the net, so 2 service errors now. And the 7th of the game for the Thunderwolves. That's a team. So back and forth. And there's Ekblad, who's blocked. So another chance here. Faleo from the back row. And big swing from Johnson. And Johnson is blocked. And it looked like it was... It looked like it did go over the net, so it wasn't short of the net. So 4-1 now. And there's Vang, who splits the defense on the near side. And she is having a lot of success here tonight.
Now serving for the Thunderwolves, number 15, Grace Hearn.
So here is Grace Hearn now, getting her work cut out. Big swing from Trainer. And the wall not there this time.
Now serving for Dixie State, number 13, Megan.
And stuck in concrete as they failed to get to that one. And here is Trainer again. That one blocks. Another chance here for the Pack. And it's going to find Johnson. And Johnson gets it to fall. That one was low. And Young tried to play it off the net, but no dice. So here's Trainer yet again. And that one inside the line. Good placement from Meg Trainer. As that one sneaks in just barely. And a timeout for the Thunderwolves. And we're going to keep it here this time. So 7-2 here in the fourth set. And Dixie State coming out hot after what should have been a third set win for them. But the Thunderwolves had different ideas. And if you're Dixie State, you just got to keep doing what you're doing. No mistakes, moving the ball around to multiple people. It's not just Faleo this time. Starting to get Johnson involved, who's had somewhat of a quiet night. And if Dixie State can get her involved some more here in this fourth set, now you got someone else to worry about. Colorado School of Mines in the fourth set, leading 2-1. And tied with Colorado Mesa in the fourth set. MSU Denver leading 22-20 in the third set. And Regis leading in the fourth set, 14-11. So Black Hills State giving MSU Denver some problems, as all three of these sets have been fairly close. So 7-2 the score here. So Trainer yet again, another serving ace. And Trainer causing problems for the Pack. So here's Trainer again. And Young, oh my goodness. When she times that perfectly, her wingspan, it's hard to get up there. Especially her release is so fast, you don't even know what's coming. It's like a slingshot almost. Switching over to Collins. And great save. And it's going to be 2 saves in a row. And they're going to say an attack error. This time it's on Stack. So 9-3 now. So Doherty getting her first action here tonight. And that one is stuffed this time, and it's Miranda Ekblad who's there. And it does look like a slingshot coming out of Young's hands. So here's Doherty again. And we'll switch over to Faleo, tipped. And this one, can it fall? And barely over the net, and somehow Schilling is able to keep that one up. As she just had to hope and pray, and tipping off the net comes into her favor. And a swing from Collins, and she's going to hit this time. So here's Ekblad. And that one blocked by Collins. Collins can get up there with the rest of them. Only listed at 5'9", but plays like she's 6'2", and a timeout for the Thunderwolves, and we'll take one as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds, and you're watching Trailblazer Volleyball here on CEC TV.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look.
Twelve to 4 your score here. Dixie State having their way here in the 4th set over the Thunderwolves of Colorado State Pueblo. And Dixie State currently leading 2-1. And the crowd getting into it now. And here's Ekblad. Schilling, big swing. Doherty's right there. And that one off the front wall and into the crowd. As Espinoza was the one who got a hand on it. And into the student section. Watch out. So here's Ekblad. And Faleo. Too easy for Faleo. You can't expect to give her a beach ball like that and her not to throw it down, and she did. So Dixie stayed up by 10 now. So here's Ekblad again. And that one short of the net, and that's Stack. So 15-4, 2 substitutions for the Pack. And here's Ekblad again. And a low serve causes some problems. And error after error. 16-4. And you're thinking, where was this? in the first 3 sets from Dixie State. As that serve is inside, as that one was a line drive serve and an ace for Ekblad. Ekblad again, and bouncing off the net, and another ace for Ekblad, and my goodness, what a run Dixie State is on in this set. 18-4. And you're gonna think this is a typo if you're following this online, but it is not, folks. Backdoor to Miles. Finish with Collins, and gonna be able to return it. There's Schilling, and Schilling finds inside of the line, so stopping the run of Dixie State for just a moment.
Now serving for CSU-Pueblo, number 8, Kelsey Bell.
Backdoor to Collins. Doherty, a setup, Gamble right in the middle. And there's Schilling again, right to Doherty. It's gonna finish with Doherty. Quick attack, punches it up, Trainer. Over to Faleo, and Faleo nearly comes through, and that too short of the net off of Wisniewski. And just an ill-advised mental mistake right there from Wisniewski. 19-5. Set up Schilling. And quick attack. He's going to find Trainer. And Trainer's going to come through as that one creeps over the net. That front wall just a little too far back, and it's 20-5. There's Nelson, short serve, and an ace for Jordan Nelson. And everything going right here for Dixie State here in the 4th set. And that serve too far, maybe a little bit too happy for Jordan Nelson. We don't see that very often. And she was a good 3 feet behind that line, still hit it long. So here is Schilling now. And that serve is short of the net.
Now serving for Dixie State, number 19, Tor Vallejo.
Here's Faleo. And that one going into the student section, as that one I believe was off of Vang. Well, that was Wisniewski. So down by 15, here's Espinoza. There's Faleo, and Faleo this time is blocked by Young. There's Espinoza again. Gamble right in the middle, and Young again with the block. She just makes it look too easy. As that wingspan is something else. The setup, Trainer, and again, it's Young. And 3 times in a row, Young has made a play. Quick attack, nearly catching him off guard. And right there is Gamble. As Gamble was ready for that one, and there was a wide open space in the middle for her to capitalize on. And there's Young, who kind of slingshots that one in there. So 23-11, Dixie State on top. Gonna find Johnson, and Johnson hits this one out of play, so alive for the moment. As the Thunderwolves on a 7-3 run right now. And a serving ace. So just down by 10 now. And a timeout for Coach Felder. Maybe just some reassurance for her squad. And we'll keep it here this time. 23-13. And Colorado Mesa leading set 4, 19-15 over Colorado School of Mines. Mines currently lead 2-1. It's over in Denver. MSU Denver winning in 3 sets as they finish off Black Hill State 25-21 in that final set. And Regis wins set 4, 25-16. So number 1 and number 2 already moving on in the RMAC. Can Dixie State, number 3, be the next to move on in the RMAC tournament? So 23-13. And both teams ready out of the timeout. Just a slick spot really quick. A good student section right in front of me. And here we go. It's going to set up Johnson. So Faleo keeps it up. Going to finish with Trainer, and Trainer misfires as that one was wide up top. So a 9-point lead now. And here's Faleo, big swing off the ceiling. No one's gonna get there. And Faleo finally comes through to give Dixie State a much needed point. And just like that, we are at set point here in what could be the final point here at home for Dixie State. Gonna set up Young, and Young this time is gonna come through. As that's very hard to try and time her shots. She has such a quick release on her swing. Trainer switching it over to Collins. Collins left hand off of Young, and that is it. That is your game, ladies and gentlemen. 25-15, the final here in the 4th set. And Dixie State ultimately winning tonight 3-1, 25-19, 25-19, losing set 3, 25-20, and then ultimately winning in set 4, 25-15. And just like that, Dixie State moving on to the semifinals in the RMAC tournament. They will be facing against MSU Denver. And that game will be Friday. Time to be determined later on, probably tomorrow or the day after that. But that game will be on Friday. And Dixie State improves to 20-7 on the year, getting their 20th win overall on this season. And man, oh man, what a phenomenal season it has been so far. That is the final home game of the 2019 season. And some other news as well. This will be my final game, now that I'm thinking about it. This will be my final game calling for Lady Trailblazer Volleyball. And it has been such an honor over the last 2.5 seasons to cover every single home game for this Lady Trailblazer team. There's been so many phenomenal players that have played inside this Student Activity Center. And man, oh man, just everything's coming to me at once. And, you know, we'll see what happens with this squad here on Friday. MSU Denver, not an easy opponent. They have had success against Dixie State earlier in the regular season. I believe they swept Dixie State 3-0 or 3-1, and that was back in October. That was 2 months ago to the day. So a tough road up ahead for Coach Felder and the Lady Trailblazers. Your MVP of tonight, once again, is Toa Faleo. Had 17.5 points to go along with 13 kills. And she is your player of the game once again against the Thunderwolves of Colorado State Pueblo. For them, they fall 14-14 on the season, and their season ends here tonight in St. George. But as for Dixie State, getting their 20th win on the season and moving on to the semifinals in the RMAC tournament. For myself, James Guerin, and everyone else here at CEC TV, we thank you guys for tuning in. And who knows, maybe I might be back next year. We'll never know. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great Tuesday night. Aloha.